Type Moon releases material books, side materials containing scrapped content, interviews, profiles, and much more, sometimes containing things not featured in the original intended product. If you want to know more about certain subjects, stories, or characters, you'll likely find them here. The remake came with one, and I'm sure the far side will have a companion book to go with it as well, with more information related to that side of the story, as well as expanding more on what we have here. Here I'll be looking at a translation by the community, which you can find a link below, of the character pages, focusing more on the illustrator comments and anything else I found interesting in their profile. On top of that, only Arcueid and Ciel have explanations about their character. I'll be taking out Arcueid, a vampire born as a true ancestor, one of the main heroines in A Piece of Blue Glass Moon, and the poster girl for Tsukihime as a whole, a character designed after the idea of a unvampire-like vampire. Not the best person to have as an ally, and absolutely worse to have as an enemy. Her long skirt form at the second half of Ciel's route was meant to be a surprise. It goes to show how much I can't let go of my habits. Ciel, one of the main heroines in the game, arc's narrative foil. While she's the Tsukihime heroine with the biggest variety of outfits, she isn't particularly fashionable, which fits her unaffected and sincere personality. She doesn't stop getting into battle after battle, to the point I felt like all her CGs are fight scenes. I made her more sprites and a cute pose to compensate for that. Shiki, the protagonist of the game, tragically given eyes that perceive lines of death in everything. Since this is a first person point of view visual novel, he only has one normal sprite, but maybe the biggest amount of battle sprites. Akiha, the carefully raised head of the Tono family, a cute and strict little sister to Shiki. I drew her praying she turned out beautiful. She's not all that different from the old version, but I changed her color scheme into something more chic to better convey the weight of the character. Hisui, one of the Tono family's employees, Shiki's personal maid. Aside from her role as a maid, her character also brings a tone of old-fashionedness to the setting, so I'll always be keeping her exactly the way you first saw her. Kohaku, the other Tono family maid, the high-energy girl in the kimono with an apron. Contrary to Hisui, she presents a tone of modernity, so I believe she'll change little by little. Hirokazu Koyama designed her apron. Satsuki, Shiki's cheerful and sociable classmate, loved by all the boys and girls. I intended to make her a character without a particular charming face or silhouette, but with the cute vibe of hers. While she doesn't appear much in A Piece of Blue Glass Moon, her little moments increase her heroine levels. Roa, Arc's and Ciel's nemesis, a character always close to the core of Tsukihime. In Arc's story, he retains Shiki's consciousness until the moment Shiki's knife stabs him. After Shiki's greatest wish was fulfilled, Roa completely took over the body. P-Falls designed the Serpent of Akasha crest that appears when Roa has full control of the body. Arihiko, Shiki's middle school friend, I designed in a way to feel really true to Akihiko, although I'm not too sure about wearing a Gakurin uniform at this day and age. I fixed a bunch of images long after I drew them, but Arihiko was the only character where I didn't need to fix anything. Human Noel, Noel, a new teacher transferred to Shiki's school and an executioner working with Ciel. The main idea was designing her more adult than the other heroines, but she turned out more like an adult sucking at being an adult. Dead Apostle Noel. Noel's appearance reborn as a dead apostle. The design concept was Butterfly Fairy, but visibly still Noel. She's not just a younger Noel, her face was changed by vampirism. Another possible way to describe the concept is Noel's darker passions hatching, and her dislikes change to just being Ciel in this form. Vlov, the Frozen Dead Apostle, number 19 of 27 ancestors. The character who best symbolizes the difference between a piece of blue glass moon and the old game. I intended to design him as a decadent, beautiful, and pale pure vampire, in the direct opposite to the non-standard vampire from the old game. Mario, a boy from the Holy Church, a deputy priest, a pretty boy with a sadistic personality. As you can tell from the size and emerald green color, he's a character with powerful eyes. Ando, Mario's subordinate, number 1, a smoothly dressed character to contrast with Mario. Like with Noel, I made him an out of place adult. Karious, Mario's subordinate, number 2, the hardest character to design in the game. Even after I designed this version, I tested many other alternatives before ultimately returning to this one. Mio, a mysterious girl you find in the town multiple times. I designed her imagining a girl with a subdued color scheme but still memorable. She's in this one just to introduce herself. Look forward to her future roles. And her natural enemy from her profile is Shiki's biological father, Dr.Arach, a lay doctor living in the Tono residence, an energetic scientist with habits of skipping work, a new part of the Tono residence who clearly doesn't belong there. Tsukihime's greatest source of funny faces, maybe the most fun I've had drawing expressions in my entire life. I just drew her silhouette the way I wanted it to be without thinking about the details. Gouto, the character representing one of the Tono branch families. Arihiko, the doctor, is one character who leaves an impression, but this one here is just a complete horror movie killer. I thought to myself that this design looked way too untrustworthy, so I approved it. Making good faces for his sprite was a cakewalk. Please pay attention to them. Ciel Sensei, our reliable instructor from the hint segments. The bonus segments were produced all in one go after the main product was complete. True Type Moon style right there. This makes this design my most recent work. She's mostly identical to Ciel in the main story, but I drew her a bit older. I also made a military instructor outfit for the more rigorous lessons. Neco Arc, Ciel Sensei's partner, a mysterious creature. Its design changed a lot to match the changes in Arcueid, but its bratty childhood friend attitude really makes you feel like it has been like that. Fun fact, her gender is cat and her age is newborn, found in her profile. Echo Arc, a mysterious girl who speaks in the main story's writing style because she's too clueless to realize Teach Me Ciel Sensei is written in a different tone. Although I tested out multiple different alternatives for her outfit, I eventually settled for the very memorable dress from the old game. If you like this video, then please see my fake content. There's only but so much Tsukihime stuff I can do without having my own copy at the moment, and you'll have more to watch. I also have non-fake content that explores the Type Moon universe as a whole, as well as content on other franchises if you're interested in discovering something new that you may like. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.